Hello, friends. Chris Corsi here, president of Thrive Today, and I want to welcome you to the Relational Skills in Real Life podcast. Today's podcast is a very special one. This is a Valentine's Day special podcast. And friends, we're going to talk about how to share love and joy with your spouse, with your family, and with the important people in your life. Yeah, I'm really excited about Valentine's Day because Valentine's Day is a chance to build some joy. It's a chance to connect. It's an opportunity to spread some love with the people in your life, especially your mate, your spouse, your significant other. I want you to imagine with me for a moment that you want to plant a garden. You have this desire to grow a garden. What would you do? What steps would you take? Would the garden grow if you pick up your phone and search online about how to grow a better garden? Would your garden grow if you watch videos about growing a garden? What if you talk about growing a garden with your spouse? Is that actually going to grow the garden? Oh, of course not. Now, these are all good things to do as you prepare to grow your garden. But at some point, you have to plant some seeds in some dirt. You have to cultivate the garden, making sure it has enough water and sunlight and protection. Growing a garden takes some work. Now, the seeds will grow when the seeds have what they need to blossom, right? But our job is to tend it, to cultivate it, to nourish it and care for it in the ways that we can. And so, if you think about wanting to grow joy and cultivate joy in your marriage, as well as with loved ones, you want to build some joy. One of the things you have to do is spend some time together. Put down the phone, right? Look people in the eye and interact with them. Talk with them. Share your heart with them. Share your thoughts and your mind. You spend quality time together. And we also grow some joy and we rest together. So we were glad to be together. And hopefully that joy shows up on your face and in your voice and in your body through your mannerisms and your gestures and how you move. And we take a breather and we pause and we rest. And so when couples proactively grow some joy and build some joy, they connect. They look each other in the eye. They smile, they laugh, they cry, they connect. Then they disconnect. They hold each other. They calm down together. They hold hands. They quiet. These are bonding exercises. So, at its core, relational skill exercises are bonding exercises. If you practice relational skills with people, they're going to become personal to you. Your brain is going to say, okay, I like being with you. I like how I feel when I'm with you. You are now my people. So, relational skills are bonding exercises. So, couples who practice some of these foundational relational skills are going to build some joy. We also verbalize and put words to what we enjoy in our spouse. What do you like about your spouse? Have you told your spouse what you like about him or her lately? What do you enjoy? What do you see that God's put in your spouse? We verbalize the thoughts that are on our mind. We don't expect people to read our minds. We don't expect our spouse to just know that I love them. Oh no, we verbalize it. We are people who use our words to express our love and our care and our adoration and our admiration and our respect. We verbalize what's on our mind and we pray for our spouse. We talk to Jesus about our spouse. We pray with our spouse. We pray together. We share minds with Jesus and with each other. We love our spouse and we find ways to express our love and our devotion. And you know what? We practice relational skill exercises. That's really what this podcast is all about at the end of the day. We are passionate about practicing bonding exercises through relational skills. And Valentine's Day is a wonderful opportunity to connect. Here's an opportunity to build some joy, to practice gratitude and appreciation together, to rest together, to connect together. Jen and I spent years leading marriage retreats, practicing exercises and leading couples through interactive exercises so they can bond and connect and build some joy. One exercise that I really liked leading the group through, but also Jen and I would practice at the same time, is what we call heart-to-heart holding. Your heart has an electrical field that's 100 times stronger than your brain. And some research suggests that when people are close, usually within 3 feet of each other, the heart rates will start to synchronize. Have you ever held a baby and you notice that you start breathing with the baby? There's research that shows even babies' heart rate will start to match the adults when they're cuddling and when they're holding. So we have couples. They will normally stand up for this exercise, and the wife's back is to the husband's chest, and they hold each other. And we'll just do maybe 3, 4 minutes of quiet together, and we'll just let them calm together. And this is an exercise that releases oxytocin, which is a bonding hormone that is released in various ways, but especially through skin to skin contact. So cuddling, holding, quieting together are all ways that we can bond and connect and increase our oxytocin charge so that we feel calmer and more peaceful. Studies show with oxytocin, people are more trusting and they're more generous. So oxytocin is a really good hormone to have released when you're bonding. So couples will quiet together. And then we have them talk about what they notice. And it's kind of fun to watch a room do this because you see everybody just calm down. The energy levels just drop. People look content. They look satisfied. They look calm. So very meaningful exercise. But another thing we'll do is we will have couples ask Jesus what he sees when he looks at your spouse. So I would say, Jesus, what do you see when you look at Jen? What would you like me to know today about what you see? And I can remember at one of our retreats, Jen and I did this exercise as the couples were doing it as well. And I had an image of Jen, just had an image of a rose, a beautiful rose with these beautiful, exquisite rose petals. And I just had a sense of Jesus saying, here is my rose. Treat her gently. This is my beautiful flower. And you know what? That really impacted me. And I got to share that with Jen, and she got to share what came to her mind. So it's a fun little exercise. You just take a little time to get relational and talk to Jesus. And there's another fun exercise that you can do, which is ask Jesus how he prays for your spouse. So I would say, Jesus, how are you praying for Jen today? You see, the Bible tells us in Romans and Hebrews that Jesus is a high priest who intercedes for us before the Father's throne. So Jesus is talking to the Father about you and about your spouse. So wouldn't you like to know what he's saying or what he's praying? So this is a chance to join our high priest, our intercessor, join Jesus in how he's praying for our spouse. So when you ask Jesus, how are you praying for my spouse today? You get some inspiration, and maybe it's some information you're already aware of, or sometimes it's not. And then we take turns praying out loud over our spouse. So we're joining Jesus. And we have couples when they do this hold each other or hold hands or cuddle and so forth. It's a very meaningful exercise. The goal here is connecting. And we're connecting with our spouse and we're connecting with Jesus. And so we have a little community interaction going on here to build some joy and to rest. So Valentine's Day is an opportunity for some meaningful heart-to-heart connection that's going to grow joy. It's going to strengthen your marriage bond. And there's a time for words. There's a time to express what you enjoy about your spouse and what you appreciate that Jesus has put into your spouse. But there's also times where we just need to take a break from words and have some quiet together. So some cuddling and some quieting. And you know what? Notice how that feels when you take a little time to connect and to engage your spouse. Very meaningful, my friends. And I hope that this gives a little bit of creativity here for you to practice some connection for Valentine's Day. Here's a chance to show your love and to share your joy. And use your words, use your presence, but take some time to put the phone down and connect. Verbalize what you're thankful for about your spouse. Spend some time quieting and watch what happens. So, friends, I really am excited for you to practice some of these exercises. And there's a lot more where this came from. My friend Marcus Warner and I created a book called Joy-Filled Marriages book, The 4 Habits of Joy-Filled Marriages. This has been one of our most popular books because there's a lot of good exercises in this book that you and your spouse can practice. Great information in the book, but it's all about the practice. So try those exercises. It's a great way to spread some joy with other couples that you know as well. Gift them the book, let them practice. And may this be the start of something good for you.